Right. I'll just give it a couple of minutes for other people to join. And I'll get a useful supply that I'm going to need. So let me get that. Right, I need a battery. I need some keys. Keys is an easy one. I've no idea how long this is going to take. It could be 5 minutes and I could be whooping for joy, or it could be a disaster. So this is my 1992 TZR 250 3XV8 RS. I bought this about 3 years ago, and I've been trying to get it to work ever since. And it's not been a successful or easy journey, but thanks to some very kind people on Pure Two-Stroke forum, things have been going a bit better recently. I've taken the entire engine out, done loads of stuff on it, but now I just need to make sure it runs. So first thing to do is to swap the battery over. Normally you'd need a 10mm to get that seat off, but I've modified it for a push button, so I don't need to do that. And a new battery. I had run this after I rebuilt it, but I hadn't really run it in, and I wasn't 100% convinced things were going right on it. So I'm just hoping ignoring it for a while and then starting it again has solved the problem. So that's that. Let me just show you some goodies I've got on this. So if you look at the dash here, you see I've got 2 extra buttons there. This one here changes the ignition mapping. It's got Zealtronic on it. That one there changes the power valve mapping. So with it up, the power valve is closed at startup, and if I switch that on, then that's a slightly better starting map. Now the other thing I've got to do is pull the headlight socket out. So these ones didn't have a headlight switch on them, they've just got a hazard switch coming from Japan, so headlight's always on. Right, let's give this a go. So choke on, fuel on, one. I'm not going to count. Now, often with these things, if you just let it sit for a little bit, then it starts to work, apparently. Can't see any smoke out the back yet. I was going to say, this is going to take a long time. So I'll give a shout out to Warwick and Phil from pure2strokespirit.net. Look at that, the Reverend did it. Well done, thank you very much. Now, probably best just leave that for another couple of seconds. And also to the TZR owners down south, Gav, Owen, Andy. Try again. Ron. Oh, see, it's nearly there. Oh, don't do that. Don't touch the throttle when it's on choke, it just kills it. Leave it for a second or two. It's better than I've normally had it. After leaving it for the winter, trying to get it running again, it has taken quite some time. So this is encouraging. So close. I don't know if you can hear, but the power valve cycles every number of kicks. Oh, that's so close. Smoke out of that pipe. So it's just starting on the right cylinder at the minute, or the forward cylinder. Oh, so close. Oh, come on. Fuel in here is probably about 6 months old, but it is the SO super fuel, so super unleaded, so it has no ethanol in it. Oops, bit of kickback there. Oh. Again, I find just like leaving it for a few seconds makes a big difference. So this bike has been quite an enjoyable bike if I wanted to be a motor mechanic, which I didn't. I just wanted to ride it. So it's been quite tricky. Loads of guys in the forum know from all over the world, Australia, New Zealand, all over the world, have been helping me put this thing back together again, and it's a very good forum to work out what am I doing wrong, and I've probably done virtually everything wrong. Oh, that was the left pipe as well then. And try it with the choke off, see what happens. That will probably do nothing. Nope, put that back on. That was both pipes that time, so I'm a little bit more encouraged. Obviously, before I sell this bike, I'm going to delete this video and say starts perfectly every time. So I don't know if that was extremely noisy, but we've got the bike running now, and let's take a look at the business end of it. So now I'm running off the choke. I can also turn the ignition mat back to standard. Slightly different response there on standard. know this is very, very loud. Not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. That's good. So it's not dying when it gets back to idle. Something else I want to show you. I've got the Zealtronic, and on the Zealtronic I've got the shift indicator, and I've wired that up to a little bulb. Obviously I've got that wired up to 5,000 at the minute because I'm running in. Now I can hear quite a strange tapping noise. I'm not quite sure what that is. I thought it could be okay, but the trouble is it's always been a bit noisy around the power valves slapping around, but I can hear it when I'm riding. When I put the bike together just after doing the real build, I went for like a couple of rides on it just to like try and run some tank through, try and get it running because it's had new rings. The pistons were ported by Martin 77, new SP crankshaft, loads of stuff. And I wasn't 100% certain everything's right because rattly is fine, but when you're riding you shouldn't be able to hear that rattle, I don't think. So if the weather's any good, which it looks like it might be, I'll take it out for a ride, see what it sounds like, see if we can pick that up on the microphones, and then other people might be able to say, hey, what's the problem? And of course, if I need any parts, then all I need to do is speak to Gavin from the forum, because he's got every single part there is available for one of these, because every time it comes up as a new old stock part, he just buys it irrespective of cost. And that's why there's no TZR parts left anymore, because Gavin's bought the last one. But I know Gavin, so if I need any more parts, love you Gavin, if I need any more parts, then that'll really help. So this bike, is it finished? No, it never will be, and I can hear that ticking, sort of very horrible clattering noise. I'll have to examine where that comes from, but my temperature is coming up now, so just want to clear it, then I'll shut it down, and then get the spanners out, get the fairings off, and then try and investigate what that noise is. Now, it has been said that when you put the fairings on a TZR, that's when you curse it and something will go wrong. And I think that's true. So let's just clear it out. That was interesting, not quite what I wanted. Clearly, still needs some work doing to it, so we'll have to get some work done to it. Right, glad that worked, because that could have been a complete disaster and it never started for about half an hour. So, back with some more when I figured out what's wrong with it. Cheers.